This generation is referred to as the anxious generation. We're living at a time where we're so frazzled and we need to get grounded. So today we're going to talk to Sarah Waxman, who is the creator of the Well Project. And she is just dynamite. You're going to fall in love with her. She is bringing spirituality to help you get grounded and to look to the future with love, light, and anchoring yourself. It is really an honor to have met you and to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk to you.
Well, tell us what your project is all about.
At the Well Project, it's called Project because it started as a passion project, and in its greatest expression is a tool and a foundation to help people take action in their life, to see the present moment as an opportunity to find richness and wholeness in our lives, specifically using Jewish spirituality as a way to understanding what's happening right now. So the idea is to help Jewish people and people who have reverence for Jewish wisdom to understand what day it is, because we've been the inheritors of a calendar system, and that present moment awareness can help us connect to ourselves, connect to our traditions, connect to our ancestors, and help meet the moment. My passion for Jewish time, because there's a lot to talk about. We have Shabbat, we have the holidays, but my passion is a ritual called Roche Kadesh, which means new moon, which is not some woo-woo thing. It actually is the very first commandment that God offers the Israelites upon leaving Egypt, is to mark the new moon. Because the difference between being a slave and a free person is our own ownership of time. And so Rosh Chodesh has been a marking of time in Jewish wisdom forever, but we haven't been investing in it in the past couple of hundred years, especially in the United States. Rosh Chodesh is for everyone of all bodies, but there has always been a tradition of women using this time to come together in community, listen to each other, share stories, and use the themes of the Hebrew calendar month as an opportunity to explore our lives, transform our lives, give intention to our lives in settings of community and collective care. So At the Well provides much needed resources to this ancient wisdom to help make it relevant, accessible, and an easy tool for anybody to use to help drop into the present moment and be aware of what's going on while also in community with other people.
Wow. I'm like envisioning women sitting in a circle and just like praising the new moon together in community. And you used to be a yoga instructor and a mindfulness coach. So you've been living in this space for a very long time. You know what it means. This is not something new to you, but you've really tapped into this ancient wisdom. Why? Why is this that resonates with you so deeply?
I mean, I have the classic Jewish American story. My great-grandparents swept the floors of the factory. My grandparents inherited, bought it, grew it, and I'm the granddaughter, teaches yoga. And so that's like, I'm way beyond the wildest dreams of my ancestors. And it was my present moment awareness practice through other types of contemplation. I grew up going to Quaker school. I was really into Vipassana meditation, taught it for a long time. And it was actually those places that taught me the power of being present, that gave me the lens to look at Judaism in a different way than I was necessarily raised with. And I'm not knocking my childhood experience, but like many of my peers, I have some things that I need to reconcile with my own relationship to my Judaism or a past Jewish experience. And using Jewish time as an anchor has, for me, given me an opportunity to feel whole, or shlemut, which is a concept in Judaism that we cannot control what's going on in the world around us, but we do have agency to feel whole in whatever it is. And so the Hebrew calendar became something that was very important to me. And I couldn't find any books that were written about the Hebrew calendar or about the ritual of women gathering on the new moon for Rosh Chodesh that were written in my lifetime.
Wow.
And so At the Well started as a passion project. I started writing resources for my peers. And now 9 years later, we have an organization reaching thousands of people all over the world. So my long answer to say, there's something very important about Judaism. It's been on earth for 4,500 years. As someone who's named Sarah, I've inherited the legacy of my grandmothers, dating back all the way to the original Sarah. And I want to use my opportunity, my privilege, this incredible life that I've been given by my ancestors to also use the medicine that we've been passing down for generations to help nourish ourselves, to feel whole, be a guiding light. I'm not taking away from other contemplation practices. Those are amazing, but there needs to be reconciliation with where Judaism fits in our lives for people who are Jewish and also people who are in the broader world, because it's universal wisdom.
I mean, that is so beautiful. Like the fact that you follow the Hebrew calendar and that it gives you grounding. Can you walk us through how this works for people who just don't know anything about Rosh Kadesh, don't know what it means at all?
Most people think and my grandmother used to say this to me, even before I started at the well. She called me a lunatic. And I've really become that. I'm someone who's following the moon. Most people that I talk to have never heard of Rosh Chodesh before, have never contemplated how they might use time as a practice for themselves. And so for those people listening to that, you're in the right place. And I encourage you to go to At the Well and see the resources and let it sit and marinate for everyone. But the idea is, wait a second, I've lost my question. What's your question to me? I'm just on.
How does it work for people who don't know what it means to follow the moon? What they don't know what a new moon is? Like, what essentially are you doing? How is this grounding you?
Okay, so the new moon is when the moon is really, really dark. And in Judaism and the Hebrew calendar, the beginning of each month, which has the same Torah portions, which has holidays that are designated for that time, very intentional calendar system, starts with the beginning of the first sliver from when it goes dark into its fullness. Most of our happy celebration holidays in Judaism happen on the full moon. We have Purim, which is a full moon holiday. We have Passover, which is a full moon holiday. You and I are talking in Av. The full moon of this month is our love day. So there's intention around where we place our celebrations. And At the Well is helping give a broader lens, not just on each specific holiday, but seeing the calendar as a cyclical, constantly renewal thing that connects us to all of ancestors and everyone that was receiving Torah at the same time or ever will. What we have in common is a system of time. And so At the Well is trying to bring that down to earth a little bit and be relevant in today's life and use as a tool. So again, the resources are a place to go to dive deeper into what are the themes of this month. And every month has a teaching for us. Judaism does not strive to tell us to be happy. It says to feel whole. And the Hebrew calendar is giving us a blueprint to express and be present with emotions and feelings so that we can be resilient and strong and hold and not be knocked down by anyone that's really hard. And time again, Judaism tells us that those who are able to sow their tears, the depths of sadness, or be present with grief, like the month that we're in is all about, so too will be the person who is able to cry tears of joy. And that all of Judaism is about that sort of duality of what it means to be human.
I mean, this to me, I have the chills because I think to myself about all the college students right now on these campuses and all the pain they're feeling, all the anxiety that's streaming through them. But if they could adopt this practice and have this gratitude, because essentially that's what it is. It's this gratitude. God bless my dad's soul. He used to always say, it's Rosh Chodesh. Everybody come outside and look at the new moon. And there's nothing religious about it. It's a spiritual practice.
Totally.
Then if you adopt this, you really, like you said, you get to feel whole, where right now a lot of us are feeling very fragmented and broken.
Yeah, and way even before 10/7. I mean, I've been working on this for 9 years, and I came from my own personal experience of feeling to the depths of aloneness, emptiness, not having language to describe what it is that I was missing, not realizing or having access to understand how Judaism might be the thing that I need to reconcile with and start using in my life in a way that was not just because my grandparents' experience of it and I want to honor them. No, what does it mean for me to be Jewish? How do I show up to the book club to say, in my generation, in my life, what is all this that I've inherited and what does that mean to me? Like the essential Passover story. So this At the Well is a pure offering for people to just take the wisdom and use it and help have a guide for them that is, we really care about aesthetics, we really care about language, because we have to make sure that we can give people resources that they're going to be able to use. And so much of Judaism, there's so much gatekeeping to get to the richness I want to cut right through that, and I want to be of service to the world. At the Well is an offering from my experience of feeling alone and disconnected with my own Judaism. It has been a rich, rich, rich resource for me for my own self, and also creating really sacred spaces to feel Jewish joy and also belonging with my peers. And so At the Well is just a gift and an offering for other people to do the same. And I encourage anybody who has any kind of any kind of sparks are lighting from listening to this conversation to just do a little more investigation with the organization, because most of the concepts that I'm talking about are new.
And so we're going to obviously post your Instagram here. Your website is At the Well Project. So people can go there and they can create their own, circle within any city, anywhere around the world, right?
My biggest dream is that every woman and non-binary person has a group of people that they meet with monthly, whether or not it's actually on the new moon or Roche Kadesh or not. I don't care. I want you to be consistent with a group of people who have a shared responsibility for showing up for each other's belonging, take turns leading each other through teaching about the month. Each person have a responsibility to do their own leadership with it, and so that we can hold a container together. My biggest dream is that everyone has a circle like that in their lives, and also that families are bringing Rosh Chodesh, the new moon, into their homes, just like every other Jewish ritual should be. Mothers, women, matriarchs and family should be gathering their whole family, regardless of gender, and using the themes of the month to have a meaningful, rich conversation with each other that isn't about halacha or religion or anything. It is about being a human being and using Judaism and the Hebrew calendar and the boundaries that we put around time to feel whole as a tool for us in our lives, amongst all of the insanity that's going on. It is a proactive solution, and it is an ancient ritual that is right there in Torah for all of us to use.
Wow, Sarah, you've ignited and sparked me. I want to start doing this. I really do. I thank you for creating this incredible project. I hope that you'll all go on the website, reach out to Sarah, DM her at any questions, and try and do this and let us know how it goes. I'd love to hear from all of you.
Me too.
Thank you for joining us, Sarah. Thank you for being here and for all that you do. And we'll see you all next time right here on Moms Matter.